feel like what I
Yeah.
was doing. I feel
Say
like what
what?
I was doing something wrong. No, I said I feel like what I was doing wrong is like I was getting into panic mode and I would sell, and I lost
Yeah.
money that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like you said though, gotta look at the order blocks, look at the inverted head and shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like be patient.
Mm.
Once that goes up, money's gonna come through. But yeah, that's the reason why I was losing money, bro. I would panic. I'd be like, nah, let me get out the trade. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
knowing that I lost
Yeah.
money, I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
There you go, man. So it's I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah,
We
man.
here, we guys, man. I love to see it. I love vibrance in the voice. Uh, I like it, man. Not
Yeah, man.
staying consistent. So I always say just think. All right, think about where you are now and what and success, the level of success you have now, and now just
Yeah,
keep putting the time in. Keep putting the time in,
yeah,
and it's because you're
yeah,
only going to get better. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
You're not going to
absolutely,
become
bro.
a worse trader if you study for
Yeah,
it.
absolutely, man. I didn't mean to
So
interrupt, man, but I just had to let you
we
know,
good.
bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm just excited, bro. Trying to make
I
some
feel
money,
it.
some real money.
Let's get it. Get it.
Yeah, man.
I love it, man.
Good evening, everybody. What's going on, Cap?
What's up, man?
Who is that?
This is Adriel, man. What's good, Brody?
What's good with it, bro?
Man, listen, I tell you, I'm excited to be here, bro. Excited.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. So tonight, keyword is framework. That's our theme, like framework. I've been talking to so many people, and I realized like, okay, it's for a lot of the team, it's no longer about order blocks, this, that, and the third. You may think it is, but it's all about framework. It's all about framework. And we're gonna get into what that means, how we can implement it and use it to our advantage. All right. So question. This question is a reason. This is not a pocket watchy type question or anything. Um, in the chat, please. I hope everybody participates. It's not a comparison thing, but right. But number one, it's going to help us work on our communication. We understand the framework. Number two, I want to know how much did you make? What range did you make this week? Or if you have the specifics, what was your profit this week? Was it in the $100 range, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 10, whatever the case may be. From Sunday to Thursday right now, what is your profit? It's a reason. All right. So go type that, type it in the chat, type it in the chat. Great, Chris. Great, Brian. Yeah, that's dope. I love it. Y'all don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right. Okay, so 800 from Pocket Options, 200 from Robinhood. Okay, so around a grand. Okay, okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So now, all right. Now, I want y'all to, okay, we got some people, some communication, some good communication. All right. For some of you all who just hopped on, what is your profit range for this week? What's your profit? Like, where are you at? Where you at in your profit this week with LYMG? How much have you made this week from our trades? Right. No need to compare. No need to, it's not about a comparison, anything like that. I'm going somewhere with it. So if you just drop your answer in the chat. All right. All right. Perfect. Because remember, it doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you finish. All right. 240. Okay. Perfect. 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 Okay. Okay. Let's go. 200. Hey, I love it. I love it. Rashada, you beginning it quietly. I didn't even know that. That's what's up. Sometimes I wonder because like I really be like recalling our personal conversations that we have. And I'd be like, oh, I wanted did such and such see that car. I hope they got in. Oh yeah, they go. Like I really be that'd be an exciting part of my day. Like I really be having fun with that. And I'm glad when y'all do take the trades and y'all actually go for it. All right. So we have some good numbers, great numbers. Now, question is how much of that have you paid yourself and got out of the market and paid yourself? How much of that has went back into your bank account? Let's type that number in. All right. Now watch this. Watch this. Anybody? This is framework talk. Framework talk. I'm excited. Now y'all got me excited. Okay, so I'm gonna read off some numbers. This is great. Like I said, this is not to, there you go, Dex. This is not to compare or anything like that. All right. We got 400, 300, 1,000, 200, 190 with some pending. Personally, I'm at 1,500. That range, 400, 350, 244, closer to 3, 104, 200, 260. Then we got put back in the bank. Okay, 100, 200, 250, 200, 300, 90, 150, 50, 50, 185 made this week, 25 going in all accounts. All right. So now, framework. Here's the play. I want to look at how much, it's not about how much we make, it's about how much we keep. Right. So, framework change. If you make money and that money goes straight to paying the bill, you reframe it in your mind this way. You just took an L, right? If you make money and that money goes straight to a bill, you just took an L. I'm gonna show you how. Because you didn't keep that money. You held that money warm into your account until Bill came and deboed it from you. Type a 1 in the chat if you've ever done that. Got some trading money and it went straight to a bill. Type 1 in the chat. I type 1,000 ones. I saw a funny post that said, blow your first 10 to 20 grand and that'll teach you all the financial literacy you ever need. And that is the truth. I got my hands on 15 racks in one day. I still be thinking sometimes like, how did I spend it? How did I spend it? Like, goodness gracious. Good. Oh man. Okay. So now, how is if you made some money in the market and then you went and paid a bill with it, how's that a loss? Because How much did you make? You're not making anything from that. Your family is not benefiting from that unless you're looking at the survival lens of it, right? Unless you're looking through the survival lens of it. The survival lens states what, right? What does the survival lens state? No, well, my family benefit from because we got lights, we got groceries, we got this, we got that. Now, I I ask you this: how were you paying it before you started trading? How were you paying that same bill before you started trading? So there's something in your mentality that went and created some type of new liability when you start getting new money. So how can you ever build new assets? Right? Everybody in here just showed me you made enough money to go ahead when that 100K funded comes out. Everybody should have enough money to go and pay for it without having to take any money out of your household. When I say any money out of your household, I mean you shouldn't have to go and wait to get paid and say, yeah, I can't do the 100K account this week. I got to wait till next week my check hit, because you all have made enough to go and get it. You see what I'm saying? We got to have the mindset, when I make money in the market, that needs to buy me an asset. And then I can pay bills from that asset. Because the asset, like a funded account, is going to keep on printing money, right? So if you get a bi-weekly payout on one funded account, that can go and pay X bill, Y bill. Why? Because another week is coming up. Another cycle of trades are coming up. So you can pay from that. And now look, instead of me making 100 from options and putting it in my account, and then I go and use that 100 to pay whatever, what 100 was I using before? Because the trading should be extra money. So now I have to be cognizant of how I'm spending, because if my mindset is not asset based, if my framework is liability based, I'm now just holding money in my account until Bill come and take it. Type a 2 in the chat if you got that, if that makes sense for you. So based on what y'all saying right now, right? And I'm not saying this to like y'all know me. I'm not doing no bragging. I brag on y'all. I never talk about me. I don't tell nobody how much I make. I don't tell nobody nothing. My own mama don't even know how much money I be making. Right? She don't know. She just, when she see me talking a certain type of way on Facebook, she'll be like, son, I got a trip coming up. And then she'll say something like that. When she see me talking a certain way, she's like, oh, okay. It must be all right. So, that's how she do it. I love her for that. So, but she don't know. Y'all the only ones who know. So this week, within the 4 days we've traded, I've made about $1,500. But check this out. I have 3 separate accounts, and I only keep $100 in each account, right? Because guess what is easier to do? It's easier to do an instant deposit from my bank account, right, than it is to try to get money out of the market. Because when I initially look at my account, look, I made 400 this week and I only paid myself 100. So now I have $300 to make an initial decision with. When it comes to feelings, they always say, oh, go with your gut, go with your gut. That's your first decision. And that's why the world isn't ran based off feelings. When it comes to finances, you want to go with the move that's been double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked. So guess what? If I limit the exposure to my first decision, it's only limited to $100, right? I enter a call, right? I enter a call and I only have $100 to spend. I'm looking for the best move. Then look, my call starts going up. I'm in the money. But let's say my call drops. My call drops down. I bought a call at 509. It drops down to 506. And then I see it hit an inverted head and shoulders. It is now easier to go back into my bank account and say, hey, that same call that I just paid 78 on, right? I'm going to now get lower. I could buy a call for the next day and $1 lower. So I'm in a 512 call for 78. Now price dipped down to 506. I could get a 510 call for 88. Bam, I entered that on one account, reentry, second account, third account. So now I have 4 contracts working for me with my money spread out. All of them is like a different branch of the government. I got that one, they all like the different friend groups. You got that one homie that's gonna hop on any grenade. You see what I'm saying? You got that one homie that's gonna be out in the front, right? Then you got that initial homie that got his back. And then you always got the friend. When that third and fourth friend get involved, you know they ain't coming like they gonna make sure the first friend go and start the trash. The second one is like, all right, man, come on, chill. If it escalates, the third and fourth one are coming for the knockout punch. You see what I'm saying? Framework. So I limit the first account, my first decision, right? That's because think about it. I'm programming for myself to be human. Oh, that looks good. It didn't. How many people done did this? Oh, it didn't engulfed on the 5 minute. It didn't engulfed on the 1 minute. It done confirmed on the 2-second chart. Oh, I'm good for an entry. And then you enter. And then it dips. But because you done put all the energy and all of the money into your first decision, guess what? Now you looking while it's dipping and you hoping. You see what I'm saying? This is a framework solution to, instead of hoping it comes back up, now, like that's what we said with Demetrius in the chat. When the dip happens in the uptrend, we ain't crying, we buying. Bam, speaking of, he just joined. That was crazy. As I literally just said his name. So when a dip happens, we ain't crying, we buying. So now I'm looking to see it dip. Okay, bam. Now it's respecting this area. It's easier to do an instant deposit from my bank account before Bill gets that money. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to look, that's already profit. I'm reinvesting the profit. That's going to make me so much more. Now I have a more quality move. I have a move that's going to be in the money. Some of y'all, we getting over here. Look, and here's why I'm saying it. Some of y'all is like the grace of God, right? it's some of y'all hopping in 516 calls, 514, 513, and it's like you're penny pinching because you've put all of your eggs in that first move. You see what I'm saying? All your eggs are in that first move. So when things have money on the line, think about a book, think about a song, think about anything with money on the line. A movie, the first draft is never the finished product. So if we can get your framework to now start looking at your entries as drafts, your first entry should be the worst entry. Your second entry, and if you get a third, those should be your best entries. And they should be more quality. And you're now pulling from excess. You're now able to pull. This isn't a hope move. You have to look at the charts, analyze, and see, okay, now here's where it's reversing. Here is where it's returning. Here is where it's, here, yeah, it found that floor, right? And now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 moves in profit, right? So it's not about doing the same thing on 2, 3 accounts. It's literally about assigning a role to each account. This is my initial move. I'm going to limit the amount of money that I have on my initial move. Kirk, why don't you just say, hey, why don't you just have 500 in your account and then just say, yeah, well, I'm only spend 150 because I can't spend what's there. You said, excuse me, I can't spend what's not there. So by limiting the initial move to 100, I have to find the best move, right? Bam. Then I patiently wait for a second move to come about. So when Kareem hit us with an alert and was like, oh yeah, price dipped to 509, right? And I made my first move there, and then it faked out and went down to 507, 506. Now, look, by the time we get down to 506, I'm in a 510 call that expires a day from now, and a 511 call that expires 2 days from now. because I caught them on sale on the dip. And I saw this is where we were proactive in our approach. That's another framework thing. So we already had it marked off ever since Sunday, and I saw price has been respecting this. So now I enter there. So when price gaps up to 513, Dex, here's the answer to your question. I'm already out because I'm in at 510 and 511, bro. I don't have to wait to 514. That framework means that, guess what? I have to end up spending, if I don't have that framework, I have to end up spending more energy on the charts and more time on the charts, hoping that it keeps going up. You see what I'm saying? And on days where we have multiple news, like we have news at 8:30, then y'all know some days it'll be news where we have news at 8:30, 9:30, 10, 11. Now I gotta hope each one of those news events works in my favor. That's so much energy. That's so much energy. Oh man, the news about to come out. I'm gonna see what it do after the news. Nah, that's too much. So what I do is layer my entry points. Assign. Look, here's what Robinhood, you the initial. SoFi, bam. SoFi over here, you the finisher. You the finisher over here, SoFi. Right? Keep 100 in each. I pay myself 100% of the profit, right? Until my bank account reaches a certain amount. And then I go, okay, let me give each account a raise. Now 200 a piece. See what I'm saying? Type of one in the chat if that makes sense. Now, the framework has accounted. What I've done is take the pressure off myself and allow myself to be human. The framework accounts for my mistakes. The same way a seatbelt accounts for your mistakes. The same way brakes account for your mistakes. The same way emergency brakes account for your mistakes. You see what I'm saying? The same way if you forget your cell phone password, you can still dial 911. It's something in the framework that accounts for your mistakes. You see what I'm saying? Same way if we bruise ourselves, cut ourselves, the body heals itself. It counts for our mistakes. It ain't just going, oh, you go just bleed until you can't bleed no more, right? So now when you start to focus on these type of things, guess what that does? Like Chris just said, man, I was nervous about, you're no longer nervous because you know you have the proper framework. You know that you're protected, right? So you're not jumping from account to account to account, entering the same trade on each one. Boom, this is my initial. The first one should be the worst one. So now, if that goes up and it does what it do, perfect, excellent, great. You make money on one account. Now, if that move dips, and then you see it hit a floor and bam, it starts to roll up, it starts to respect it, you're in on the second account and you bought a better stock and you bought a better strike price. I don't want to be entering and hoping that price has to hit a new high for me to be in the money. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at that on the mobile chart real quick. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. I'll share the screen with you. Exactly what I mean. Let's see, here it is. All right, and now that's what I said. It's not about where you start. It's about where you finish. So look at the progress that y'all made without even having this knowledge beforehand. It's going to be excellent. So next week and going into the weeks following, is going to be excellent. Hold on, yeah, I have to share the screen yet, bro. All right, and we are live. Okay. Can y'all see? Y'all see the screen? So now, for example, right? I'm gonna show y'all where we did this move at. Where we did this move at. Look, I'm out up here, and if I want to stay in, I'm now super in the money because look, here's my strike price, 510, right? 510, but it wasn't about, look, there's a big difference if I enter up here, right? Let's say this is my first entry. Let's just say oh, this is my first entry. I believe price gonna go up because I saw, I don't know, I saw this move right here and I bought a 513 call for tomorrow. And then it dips to 509. How many people are like, their stomach is dropping, right? Oh crap, my stomach dropping. Now it gets here and I realize, look what it does. I'm staying analytical. That's another part of my framework. I'm staying analytical. Bam, drops down here, creates a first shoulder, a head, second shoulder right here. What's this area that it's respecting? Where's that head respecting? Let's put that green line right there. Where's that head respecting? Go to the 1 hour. See if we see an order block. Oh, that head is respecting this order block right here. That head is respecting this 1 hour order block over here. All it did was drop to there, right? And look at the momentum that it ended the day with. So guess what? I'm going to spend the same or less on calls than you, right? You in it right here for 516 all the way up here. That's a lot of hope and that's a lot of energy. You could be doing something else with all that, right? Right? I enter right here. I say, okay, cool. About 513, 514, cool. That's my first entry. It should be my worst entry. I'm relieved when it falls. I'm relieved when it falls. I'm like an early investor that got into a neighborhood who paid X for a house, right? Who paid this for a house. And then something happened around the corner from the neighborhood and all the homes went on sale, right? And I bought down here. Bam. I bought down here and I was able to buy 3 more homes, right? And then after the renovations, after the neighborhood gets cleaned up, all of my houses, including this one over here, are now worth this, right? So make sure you have the framework. My first entry is my worst entry. I don't need to allow myself to even put myself in a situation. I don't even need to put myself in a situation where most of my profit is exposed to my first decision. You made 300 in the market, right? Let's say you made $200 profit in the market. So you have 200 plus $100 that you might have started with. Keep all that extra 200 that you made, put that in the bank, right? Because guess what we're doing? We're also staying in creative mode. We're staying in creative mode with our money. So our mindset is constantly on creating new money. Once you get that a part of your framework, guess what that does? It starts to go in your mindset and say, does this chart setup allow me to create new money? No. Because you know how I know some of you don't have a part of your framework? Because it'll start going like this, chart to start going down here, and you're so excited because you're making money. Guess what the next question is? Should we start for puts? It's like, oh, that's a framework thing. So what I don't want to happen is that you come in here and you're excited and you make some hundreds or even a band, even 1,000. But then when you start getting real 5, 6 figures in your hand, now you're messing up because you're seeing a level of money touch your hands, but your mindset wasn't prepared for it. So now you're making $100 quality decisions with hundreds and thousands of dollars in your hand. Type of one in the chat if that makes sense. Right? We want to be able to do more with more. We want to be able to do more with more. Okay? So now I'm thinking that's my first entry, that's my worst entry. So now when price comes down here, bam, I look and see what it's respecting, and it built the order block at that 1 hour order block it was respecting, and it forms a second shoulder. Look where price is. Price is at 509 still. Price is at 509. And now, look, I want to look between here, where price is, and here, the previous high. And I want to see, can I afford, framework talk, can I afford a strike price between here and here for the next day. If not, go $1 up. Go $1 up and then work my way up. Then I work it into my budget. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? If you always have your excess money and instant deposit away, you can now confirm the move, look and go, okay, I'm in the best spot. Now I know I can afford to go and get a call at 512 instead of 515. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens if price gaps up, hits 512, and then decides to come back down? Bam, right? Or gaps up, hits 512, keeps going up. You just left it to chance because there's going to come a day in the market. It gaps up, gets over 512, and it starts to come back down like this. And that would just be the day you was going to the coffee room, you was going to the printer, you was tying your shoe, or something like that. The light was green, you couldn't make a stop. That would be the day. So the framework is to take the probability, take the probability of us losing out and to create an environment where we're making the best decisions with the most of our resources. Right? Like, think about it. No NFL rookie, NBA rookie, WNBA rookie, or anything comes in the league and gets a max contract. Why is that? They're young, they're fresh, they're vibrant, but why don't they get a max contract? Can somebody unmute and tell me?
Because the coach don't know if they really if they can't really, if they could really handle that pressure, that NBA pressure. So they gotta test them for that first year and see, all right, cool. Can I give him this max contract? Is he everything he was in the camps in college?
There you go. So you just
Yeah.
said it. They got to test them, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So now they got to see how they perform. So now, same thing with my first entry. I got to see how you perform up here. That's why I'm not exposing all my money to first entry. Hey, you could be a first round draft pick. I could feel good because what if this happens? This is also going to translate your emotions to knowledge. Now, check what I'm about to say, right? You're going to have a lot more vested interest in how SPY moves when you enter right here and you know you didn't spend all your money. Guess what that leaves? You know you have a majority of your resources looking for a better re-entry point. Guess how you're thinking now? Ooh, I can't wait for a dip. I'm excited about a dip. When you got 200 in your account, you just went from 50 to 200 and you put 150 on this call right here. You put 150 on a 515 call for tomorrow. Guess how you're thinking when a dip happens? Oh crap. Oh crap. You see what I'm saying? But when you allow yourself to be disciplined and then you leave the majority of your resources for a second entry, for the best entry, now you're patient, you're patient, you're patient, you're patient, you're patient. Because now you got to talk it over with the council. You got to talk it over. Look, who's the council? You, your framework, your bank account, and Robinhood. Excuse me, and SoFi. Now it's a meeting of the triumvirate. Y'all got to talk it over and say, all right, is this the best? What technical analysis move do you got that says this is the best place to get in? Okay, it's respecting that order block. Bam. So you saw that you got in at a high point. Look, you got in at a high point after price finished trending. What market phase did it go to? It broke out, it retested, and now look, excuse me, it broke out, it consolidated. So what comes after the breakout and consolidation? What's next? What market phase is next?
Retest?
Nope, it's only 3 market phases. So we got breakout, that's 1. Consolidation is 2. What's the third one? Huh? Starts with a T.
They saying it in the chat, trend.
Perfect. Yep. Trend. Exactly. So now, Jordan, look, well, Jordan, is me and you, bro, since you talking right now. Look, so now I watched price break out. I watched it consolidate. So now when I enter right here, it's already done the other two market phases, Jordan. So what's left for it to do if I were to enter right here? It's already broke out. It's already consolidated. So what is left for it to do right here?
Retest and run, or just trend straight upwards.
Trend. Yep. Trend. Because everything else is off the table. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to wait for the Bulls and Bears to fight it out at consolidation. They already did. And as they were doing that, they actually ended up building an inverted head and shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. So the consolidation is over. The breakout is over. Now I'm entering. So now, Dex, it's not a surprise when price gaps up because now it's trending. That's all that's left for it to do. You see what I'm saying? And so imagine, that's why I asked everybody to look at how much you made this week as a before, and then start applying this over the next couple weeks, months, years, whatever the case may be, and look at how your profit margin grows. When you get your hand on the funded account, right? I do this on a funded, right? I'm willing to risk 1.5% per day in a trade, right? But I don't put the whole 1.5% in that first entry. I put 0.5%, right? And when you trade in a six-figure account, look, that 0.5% is very good. That 0.5% is still $500, right? So I'm putting $500. I'm risking that on the first entry. Let's say price dips. I'm on EUR USD and price dips 20 pips. Now I'm risking less pips. Now I'm only risking 20 pips. Bam, at 1%. 1% on a 1% on 100K is $1,000. If I'm only risking 20 pips, I'm trading $50 a pip. And let's say I'm going to get 40 pips. I just risked 1,000 at the best spot to get in. I go and get 40 pips. That's $2,000. I come up $2,500 off $1,500 risk. While I have the same framework that I'm using on options, I'm using on currencies. Type a double one in the chat if that helps you. If you find value in that. All right. So now, another framework thing. Am I entering at consolidation, breakout, or trend? If you find yourself, because I hear this sometimes, we've gotten a lot better at it the past 2 weeks. The people who are on the I'm about to say on the TV screen, the people who are on the meetings, y'all are getting the best entry points, right? Y'all are getting the best entry points. But do you want to know why? It's because we're being proactive. That's framework. Framework talk. We're being proactive, right? So we're gonna keep dropping our videos on Sundays. We're gonna keep dropping those in the chat. We're gonna keep them there. Now, guess what? Y'all see a trend? The people who aren't on a meeting or something like that, or didn't watch the replay, they're like, yeah, I got a 519 call in. I'm gonna let that boy run. I'm up $12. And it's like, okay, at this point, you might as well go exchange that for some Dave and Buster's tokens. Like, I'm not, I don't, especially if you got a family, don't you log in here to make no $12. After a while, it's don't do that. And it's not even a money thing, it's like value your time more than that, right? Like moral victories are cool in the beginning, but you also gotta have the framework. Like I'm gonna put the smart work in that allows me to make the money that I want to make. So I'm gonna be more efficient. If I don't put framework in, it's a way to manipulate myself to say, oh, this is good because at least I'm doing it. You hear those words I'm using? At least I'm doing it because I'm comparing myself to the person who over there talking about the latest celebrity gossip. So I feel better about myself because I'm not doing what they're doing. But why would you log in to make $12, right? If your framework ain't right, you $12 away from doing the same thing they doing. Say, go to Dave and Buster's, right? Play that, do that, take that money for some tokens, or go to the gas station, get 3 gallons of gas with that, right? But we're here to show you how to take that 12 to look the easy 120, right? And then it starts to multiply. So for every $12 you make, if we get your framework right, and now every $12 you make is 120, and then every 120 you make turns to 1,200. You see what I'm saying? Then you start getting $12,000 days, like in real life. I saw somebody, and it's somebody I have a lot of respect for. Um, y'all know type 1 to chat if you know Wall Street Trapping. Like I love trap, and I'm competitive. I'm competitive. I love trap. Like trap spoke to me in a time where like I really needed somebody like to talk some life into me who kind of like understands where I come from. And he talks that talk. I respect him. I saw him with a client who started with 17 grand and the client was up 27 grand in like 3 months, the first quarter. And I was like, bruh, I I was like, wait, just wait, just wait, just wait until we get somebody with 17 grand in the chat with LYMG. I promise you're gonna be up way more than 27 grand in a quarter. You see what I'm saying, Alex? You start off with 17 grand here. Every move that you make, every call and put that you do is already in the money. We finding the floor. Like, I'm not playing. You got 17. Look, we gonna risk manage that mug out. You got 17 grand. I'm saying, hey, enter a 502 call. Meaning all the way down here. Enter a 50. Y'all ain't even know. Some of y'all ain't know you can do that. Enter a 502 call and let price run all the way up for the rest of the week. And put the expiration date in April. Like, what? What? So that's what I'm saying. Like, give Demetrius 17 racks and see if he up 27K in 3 months. Come on. Give Trail 17 and see what happens. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, give Brian coming in crushing 17K. But we're all gonna get to that point. We're all gonna get to that point where it's like and I want to equip everybody with the mindset to be able to make decisions on that level, so that once you know, you get excitement about having a certain amount of capital in your hand because you know you're prepared. Because you know you're not just good at creating the money, but you also know how to keep the money and you know how to put the money to work for you. Like Dex is excellent at making sure he put that money in his long term, paying himself, right? Put that money in long term. Put that money in places where it's going to create monthly dividends and just let those pay you, right? Then you get to the point where your dividends start paying you monthly, and now that's just another check. That's another check. That's another check. That's another check, right? But this week, I saw, just before I go any further, just type a 1 in the chat if this helps, if this is helpful. All right. All right. So that's really the key. That's really the key. Don't put all of your exposure on the first entry. Why? Think about it. Nothing in life that you benefit from, you get the first draft of. You don't have the first draft of your phone. You don't have the first draft of your car. You don't have the first draft of the TV show you watch. You don't have the first draft of anything. If anybody was to give you the first draft of something, you would feel disrespected, right? You want it to be perfected. You want it to be confirmed. You want communication about it and around it, right? You want communication about it and around it. So that way you get that communication, listen to 2 words I'm about to say. You get that communication, talk to the team, create an instant deposit. What 2 words do we use? Communicate and create. The highest way to add value to any community that you're in. So now you communicate, create that instant deposit, bam. Now you enter with confidence, boom. You make sure that you entered after the consolidation, after the breakout, so that there's nothing left to do but the trend. Bam, you're entering at the best spot. You bought the dip, you let the buy confirm, you let price consolidate, let it break out, you enter, bam, take off for the trend. Second entry, right? Your profits will double, triple. Then you have room to let them run. Or you can decide which one is better for me today. Do I want more time on my hands, or do I want to risk it and look at more money, right? There are days where you're going to be like, you know what, I think we got to run it because prices are building stairs up, and I'm just going to let it sit, right? There are going to be days where, oh, that mug landed right at an order block and it hit it and start coming back down. But because I already bought the best call and I bought it on a dip, I was able to get an optimal entry point, right? Within range. I didn't need for price to create a new high for me to get in the money. I was able to get an optimal entry point within the range that price has already been moving in. All right. All right. Yeah, so that's a major thing. One question that I do have, I just want, can some people share some things that they learned this week, some things they like this week, whatever the case may be, just this is just a time to, communicate. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, I do, Kirk. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, got you. We can hear you.
Nah, like you said, I learned, like, gotta learn to be patient, because I wanted to take another trade, but I was just like, nah, because I don't want to be like, yo, suppose I did take a trade and I lost it with the money that, what I'm saying, that I gained. What I'm saying? Now I got to start all over. You know what I mean? So that's why I was just like,
Mhm.
I wanted to take one, but I was just like, nah, discipline is key. Enjoy the fruits of your labor first. So that way you ain't got to be like, dang, man, can't believe I lost this money on this trade. And I can't believe this actually happened. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel some type of way about it. So that's one thing I
Right.
learned from you. You know what I mean? Just be disciplined, enjoy the fruits of your labor, get back on it on Monday. And, you know what I'm saying? Just get in when the best time to get in.
Right. Right. And you know what this framework also keeps you doing? It just has you doing things subconsciously, like looking at the charts. You can't use this framework if you just staring at Robinhood all day watching numbers go up and down. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you got to look at the charts. You're looking at the 5 minutes, seeing how it's building. You got to have a proper markup and go, all right, when it gets to this level, let me see how it reacts. All right, it passed that level. When it gets to that level, let me see how it reacts. Okay, up. Now we're starting to get that inverted head and shoulders. Up, up. Consolidate, breakout. Boom. There it is. Let me have a meeting with the council real quick. Now you're entering from a place. Type of one in the chat if you've ever been trying to seem like you're catching the speed and bullet with price. You trying to put the trade in and the price keeps flipping up and keep going up, and you trying to hurry up, and type of one in the chat if you've ever been in that situation. Like the numbers going up, you trying to get in for 47, it's going up to 48, 52, 61. And you're like, God damn, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And now you end up getting in at 64. You don't even know what price is doing on the charts because you in Robinhood now. It's panicking. Emotions. You see what I'm saying? That's emotions versus because guess what? You're entering in the middle of the trend. You're not being proactive, you're being reactive. So now, guess what? You're looking at it through the way the world paints the picture for you through 9 to 5. You're looking at it like Kirk sent this message at 10:03. I read it at 10:19, and you go and talk in that language and go, is it too late? Like the supervisor in versus when you really start talking in the financial literacy language and you really start talking the language of the charts. Kurt sent the signal at the inverted head and shoulders in the breakout after price has consolidated and broke out. Bam. He sent the signal on the dip, and I got in on the breakout phase as well before the trend. Nobody had to mention anything about a clock, anything about a time. And it all started from how you started off your week, right? It all started from how you started off your Sunday. Some of y'all, I know we have musicians that play in church. So when you get out of church, right? Make that a part of your framework to watch the LYMG Sunday Mindset Sunday call before the market opens, so you're not scrambling, so that you can see the markup, you have the markup, you're able to watch the moves as they're playing out. And now look, because we're not sitting up here um predicting, oh, this is going to do this, is going to do that. We're looking at how price reacts to a certain level because the charts are going to tell us what to do, and the news are going to support the news is going to support the movement. So we never have to predict. I see so many people, oh yeah, SPY is going to hit 520 this week when you got, and then when it doesn't, now they're just talking to the wind in their ego. Now when it doesn't hit 520, oh that man, you know how that was really because well next week for sure. If and it's like you don't have to do that. That is ridiculous. And that's another reason I like Trap, because he talks about just trading the charts, man. Trading the charts. I'm telling you, and if you see this, it's gonna be public on YouTube. I love you, Trap. Let me mess around. Wait till one of y'all. Wait till this squad gets 17K in an account, right? Like, wait till the squad gets 17K in an account. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, right? So now, going forward, start your week on a Sunday, right? And let's be honest, how many people, it's like trading was like that old crap thing. Oh crap, let me hurry up and whoa. It's Monday, you done got your day started at work, it's this, that, and the third, and you just so happen to check the charts. Type of one if you've ever been there. Type of one if you've ever been there. Like you just whoa. Oh man, yeah, let me see. What up, LYG fam? What's up? You moving down the hall super fast. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do, get some coffee, eat your eggs, some bagels, whatever you're doing. And it's like now you're not intentional. So just from the approach, imagine if somebody came into an interview like that for you. It's 10, their interview is at 10, and they come in at 10:01, shirt untucked, and you the hiring supervisor. What you gonna think? You see what I'm saying? What you gonna think? Man, they ain't ready. They ain't, man, I ain't even, we gonna do the formalities, but now imagine that person hitting you up. Imagine that person hitting you up and going, hey, after this interview, can we go and do lunch and we can talk about the specifics of a job? That's how I feel when people hit me up for a one-on-one. And I know you scrambling. I just feel it. Like, come on, like, let's be prepared. It was just a Tuesday, and I happened to come across your timeline, right? You clicked on my story and saw somebody made $1,000. Demetrius Everett, that's buddy from that's the drummer, ain't it? And then you tap back in, and the first thing that you did was message me. Came in at 10:01, tile and done, left side of your shirt hanging out, talk with some. Hey, let's grab lunch, talk about the job, bro. That that one-on-one ain't gonna do no good. Cause you know what I'm be doing? This is a pip. This is a buy. This is a put. This is a call. And it's like you can watch the video for that. But first, because I truly love you, let's get your framework right so that by next week, you a totally different person. You have a totally different approach on how you doing it. So now we're also keying in on on SPY. So our framework is allowing us to do what? To be involved in the charts and see how our money is moving. And while we're seeing how our money is moving, we're watching the chart move. So we're watching it also establish levels, right? My brother texted me this week, man, I noticed every time SPY get around 508, 509, it don't budge. It don't go nowhere after. That mug just shoot up. So I bought it dropped. So he literally just spends his day looking to see if it's going to drop to 508, 509. Bam. Well, that was for this week. Every time it drops 508, 509, yeah, I bought a 511 call that expires tomorrow. Yeah, I bought a 512 call. Yeah, one of my homies hit me up. It dropped to 507. Yeah, I bought a 511 call that expires 2 days from now. He had the biggest trading day that he ever had, right? Framework. So this framework that we're saying, what it's doing is making trading more intentional. So you can literally take a 10-minute look, just a 10-minute interaction with trading for today. But you've been so intentional in that 10 minutes that you've gotten better. You've worked on your decision making. You've worked on your chart reading skills. You're aware of the news. You've worked on your chart markups. You've communicated with the team. And if you need a second entry point, you've now went through the thought process of saying, here are my confirmations, all within 10 minutes. And it's all packed in there. When you all start using this next week, you're going to be like, dang, I sure did. And you ain't even going to realize that you did it, but your bank account will realize that you did it. So that way our new people and our vets, when you get the 100K funded, because all y'all have enough money for it, right? Now, these same moves that you're making, they're worth, at minimum, they're worth $500. Minimum. When I say minimum, that means you're only risking 0.5%. At minimum, they're worth $500. You see what I'm saying? Per trade. Do that 3 times a week. Multiply that by 2. The minimum. 500 times 3, 1,500. Multiply that by 2, 3,000. 70% of that, 2,100. Minimum. Now actually do the real math. 4,200 is going to be the standard, right? And that's a very light standard, right? Now you're looking at $8,000 a month. there's your 100K a year. But when you break down the framework, it starts with calls like this. All right. So excellent week. Let's do something a little fun. Let's do something a little fun to close it out. All right. Let's go to a new whiteboard. Let's go to collaborating. All right. So can everybody see this whiteboard? All right. So on this whiteboard, just write your profit goals for next week on here. Write your profit goals for next week on the whiteboard. Are y'all able to write? I
I'm
see a
trying,
bunch of people.
trying to figure it out. I'm just grabbing the screen.
All right. All right, look, go to the left side of the screen and it should be a plus sign. And then type pen. I mean, you should click pen. It should be a plus sign at the bottom left hand of the screen, and then click pen. All right. See 500. Oh, somebody's. This is funny. Somebody zooming in. Wait, they're making a. Who's zooming in? There you go. Type. Oh, this is funny. Oh, somebody zooming in and out. All right, let's type it in the chat. Let's type it in the chat. Oh, all right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, 300, 400. Good. This is funny. 1K, 500. Okay, okay. All right. Let's go. 750. All right, all right. 25. Okay. 500. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So now to all of our new members who came in, now you're getting the hang of it. You're profitable. If you join between, like January, February, now we're in that space. Like I always tell everybody, I always want to make sure that you become profitable before we even offer the opportunity to actually join the LYMG Clearport monthly, because we want to make sure you're paying out of profit and not out of pocket. So some of our new people, shout out to y'all. Y'all already subscribed to LYMG Clearport. That's a monthly service. It's only $37. Like I said, we always want to make sure that you're making money first. So if you're new, you've been profitable, you're profitable now. I'm dropping the chat. I might message you. I can't keep up with everybody, to be honest. I'm not gonna chase you around for it. If I know like, hey, we over there making money, oh man, maybe then I just, kick out the Clearport. But it ain't no reason for that. Cause like I said, we're gonna make sure you're profitable first. So I hit a couple of y'all up, a couple of y'all already subscribed to it, and we're gonna keep the train going. What that allows us to do is to do what we did with our new folks when y'all came in. A lot of people saw from ads or who we didn't have to exchange no money to start. And to me, that's the dopest thing. Because now I could teach you from a standpoint where we can gain trust, gain a relationship. You're not like, oh, I just paid 2, 3, 400, 1,000 for this course. I need to make that back before the first, right? You're like, hey, I put some money in the SoFi and got a bonus. Now I'm ready to start. Now I'm making money. All I got to do is show up and pay attention. So I prefer it that way because it gives the grace and space to teach, and it also gives you the grace and space to learn without any pressure, right? So y'all were proof that that approach is working. So now, so that we can keep doing that for more and more people, now that you're making money, look, just tap in with the LYMG Clearport. It's only $37 a month. So if you're new, you're profitable now. When we drop that, I'm gonna drop that link in the what's that called? In the clubhouse. Just type a 1 in the chat if you're gonna subscribe this week. All right. So that way, like I said, we can keep on because now look, we about to onboard some new folks. We about to as soon as I get off the call with y'all, I'm onboarding some new folks. So thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. If you know some people who are interested in joining LYMG, and also go ahead. We're doing $50 referrals as well this weekend. So it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be a similar thing. So they'll get similar promotion to what you got, and then you'll get a $50 referral from that. Our goal is just really, like we said, making it fun, having fun, communicating, and creating that safe space where people can learn. Because it's stuff happening in this world where financial literacy is a must, and we don't want to put ourselves in position to be held captive to one source of income, right? You never want people to think they could play with you because you work somewhere. That's how I look at it, right? So you want to be financially flexible. You want to know, like, knowing how to trade is like the modern day knowing how to hunt and gather and start a fire. You see what I'm saying? You could tap in directly with the money and know how to trade it, know how to make money, right? Tap in directly with the market. And we trade the things. We ain't out here trading crazy cryptos, right? We're not out here trading crazy cryptos. We're out here trading SPY, which is the most traded ETF in the world. That's where everybody's retirement fund is at. Everybody's pension money, the 401k, the governors, the whoever's, all the politicians, that's where all of their bread is. So everybody has a vested interest in how that thing performs. All right. All right. So keep letting this work for you to the point that you get to decide, hey, I want to leave my job, or hey, I want to go to part-time, or hey, I want to get a role switch, or whatever the case may be. And you can go into work every day, right? Knowing that you don't have to stress it out. When they stressing about that email coming down the chain, you like, the work will get done, but you better get out my face, Brad. I don't need it. Like everybody hates Chris. Mom used to say, my man got 2 jobs. You on that type of time. Like, look, I got multiple streams. I know that thing came from corporate, but don't come over here trying to mess up my day because you stressed. I don't care nothing about that. I'm gonna do my job and do it right. I'm gonna go home, but this ain't my life, right? And that's what so many people are dealing with right now. Burnout because their livelihood is attached to one stream of income, and if something don't go right with that stream of income, that they haven't worked on creating any skill or anything, right? Where they be able to go and get some money. That's scary. All right, so let's get it. $50 referrals this week. Let's run it up. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Tell them to message me. We'll get them right. Thank y'all. Excellent week. Probably our best week. Definitely the best week of this year so far. The best 2-week stretch that we've had in a hot minute. Since April of 2023. That was a legendary month. We had like 15 people get funded. April 2000, some of the vets remember that. April 2023 was crazy. That was wild. This is right up there with that, because now, even better than the funded, we seeing people, the money hit your bank account the next day. So we know you got it in your bank account. All right. So let's get it. Thank you all. Have a blessed night. Dex, you here, Brody? Okay, I'm gonna have to. Everybody, let's have a good night and see y'all. I can't yell tonight. I gotta save my voice. Let's go, Kareem. All right, y'all have a blessed one.